everybody, it's Nefertiti. Today I will be reviewing the Tarte Pretty Paintbox holiday set. Okay, I'm really sorry, I blanked out on what I was gonna say. So whatever, I'm not gonna pick that up. This is the Pretty Paintbox Collectors, let's see, holiday set. This is one of the holiday palettes that Tarte came out with for the 2016 holiday season. It is, I want to say it's $58, and this is the set that is available. I think it's available both on Tarte.com and Sephora. So this is the one that's exclusive to Sephora, where Ulta has its own set, which I'm not getting. Not because I don't think it's good, but just because I wasn't crazy about the colors. So this is what it looks like when you take it out of the box. Do you see how beautiful this is? It's just, I will have to say this. I kind of been putting off doing this review simply because of what I'm getting ready to say about this palette. And I kind of been on the fence, about what I'm going to do with this palette. If I'm going to keep it, I'm going to return it. Do I think you should go out and get it? And one of the reasons why I've kind of been so torn is it's just so beautiful, you guys. I'm kind of a sucker for beautiful packaging and beautiful things that go on my vanity and go on my shelf. But anyway, so one thing at a time. So it's a magnetic enclosure. I don't know if you can see that. So this is what it looks like. It has, this is it. It has these eyeshadows. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 24 shadows. I'm sorry. I knew that, but I kind of blanked out, which is why I had to do some quick multiplication in my head. So this is what it looks like. And all it has is this kind of thin, flimsy sheet of plastic covering this. Which for me, it's not a problem. I still have the little sheet of plastic that was in my Swamp Queen palette, just because I don't like things getting super dirty and all the powder getting everywhere. So for me, that is not a problem. But anyway, so this is what it looks like. 24 eyeshadows. Sorry. And then it comes with a blush, a highlighter, and 2 bronzers. And if you lift this, which is beautiful, it says imagine, create, inspire. I will say that Tarte, in terms of packaging and inspirational stuff, just always knocks it out of the park. So on just pure aesthetics alone, this is just beautiful. So anyway, you lift this up and you get a deluxe sample, whatever the travel size of, what is it? The Tarte Lash Paint Mascara. Shoot, hold on, I'm gonna have to look at this. And then the So Fine, I think it's the Micro Fine eyeliner, yeah. And then a glossy lip paint in the shade, it doesn't say, why won't you say? I don't know, I'm gonna have to look this up, but this is a really small size. So you get all of this for, what did I say, $58, $59? So in terms of value, it's a really good value. And it has, you see that, it has a nice, it has a decent little size mirror. It's not a great mirror, but considering the packaging of the set, it's really good. So now, oh man, shoot, I just dug my finger into this. Dang it. I've been avoiding that, and of course I did that. So I'm gonna start with the easy stuff. So now, this is the mascara. Now I actually really, really love this mascara. Now I actually have one that's already open and used, so I'm gonna head and show you that. So this is the new one, and this is the one that I'm currently using. So they're the same size. Now my only problem with these travel size, deluxe sample size is this. Do you see this? This is the way the tube is. So the very first time when they launched these and they were giving out the samples, the first time I got this, I literally said, oh, they gave me a broken one. Because I don't know if you can see here, there's not a thing to kind of separate the excess mascara, the formula, liquid, whatever you want to call it. And so you end up getting extra mascara on the wand, and it kind of gets gloopy, and you have to kind of just put it right there. so like I said, I thought like, oh, I just got a bum one. Until I got another one. I was like, oh, well, what's my luck? I get another one. I got like a third sample, and they were all like this. And finally I talked to my friend. She's like, no, I got like this. So that's just the way it is. So for me, that's very poor, I don't want to say planning, but it's just, I love the mascara. Don't get me wrong. I love the mascara. I love the wand. But that little thing would have made all the difference in the world. And the full size has it. I don't know why they don't have anything to kind of, the little separator, the thing that just takes out the excess. Thank God it's not a wet formula. If this was like the Better Than Sex mascara, or the Urban Decay Perversion, or let me think, what else is a really wet formula? Or the Smashbox X-rated mascara. This would have been a nightmare because it would have been clump city everywhere. It would have been bad. So it's a great mascara, but I just had to go on the rant. I've been holding that rant in forever. Okay, so the next item is the micro liner in the shade, I think it's this black. So it's just a really nice, and this is a full size eyeliner. It is very pigmented, very fine, and it's really good for getting your wing if you're kind of like a little unsteady. So like I said, this is a full size. It's really nice, and kind of one of the reasons why I've been flopping so much on this. And then, like I said, you get a glossy lip paint. Let me see if it says the shade. You gonna tell me what the shade is? I have no idea. It's just a nude color. It's really pretty. I'm not even gonna put it on though because I have a feeling it's like my lip color, and like I said, I've kind of already made my decision on this. So now it has, like I said, a blush, a highlighter, and 2 bronzers. So let me swatch those for you. Now the blush is in the shade Moment, and I want to say that they're not, I don't know if they're exclusive to this set. So you see that? That's a pretty like nudie blush. Kind of look like, I don't know what's up with me today, I'm tired. It kind of looks like you, but with the natural flush, not kind of overly like pink, bright, bold, which I appreciate. But like you can see that like kind of blends in with my skin tone. So now this is the highlighter. It's in the shade Authentic. Now I actually like this highlighter. I think it's really pretty. It's not gritty, it's soft, and like you can see, it's very reflective. And it's just a nice highlighter. It's nice. So the next shade is Unique, and it is a bronzer with ooh, no. I grabbed too much powder. It's a nice shimmery bronzer with little gold flakes. You can see that? So it's a nice bronzer. I'm really not into using bronzers too much because I'm always afraid, and actually that's too much powder. It's a little powdery. That it's going to make me look muddy and sort of dirty because I kind of have some freckles and maybe a dark spot or two from hyperpigmentation. So kind of in the areas you would kind of put put bronzer. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like to actually use bronzer, because I feel like it'll emphasize that, and I want to like hide that. So the last bronzer shade is in the last bronzer is in the shade Provocative, and it's a matte bronzer. This is a nice pretty round. Nothing to shout about. I mean, they're nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not very excited about bronzers for the reasons that, for the aforementioned reason. So now that's the good side. I actually like everything on this side of the palette. So now let's not beat around the bush. I literally have been like coming up with excuses not to make this video because I just have not been wanting to say what I've been really thinking on camera. So this is the eyeshadows. Now, they're beautiful shades. I mean, you get a lot of variety. You have some mattes, you got some shimmers, you have metallic foil shades. So even though, like I said, it's a beautiful range of shades, you get a lot, and then with the palette you get a lot of bang for your buck. These eyeshadows, for me, I found them to not be very pigmented. They're sort of not powdery, they're just not pigmented. They just don't show up. You really have to work and pack on color pack layer after layer after layer of color. You know, you really got to work hard to foil these. And what kind of really, I don't want to say it upset me, but what really kind of bummed me out is the shades that I naturally gravitate towards, that I kind of love in a palette, were like the weakest shades in this palette. So let me just show you exactly let me point out which ones I'm talking about, and then I'm going to show you with swatches. So the shade Bronze Casting, Metalwork, even kind of Hot Mama, but these two especially, literally like the worst shades in this palette. This is just, I've been oscillating back and forth of whether I should return this palette, because, you know, I don't want to be that person like, oh, I bought something and I don't like it, I'm gonna return it. But this is so, for me, it's just not worth the money. If this was like a $40 palette, then I'd have been all on it, because that eyeliner is $22 and that mascara is about $10. And let's say each blush, highlighter, bronzer, say you value it anywhere between $5 and $10, that makes up the palette. But after getting the Too Faced Chocolate Shop palette and then that Estee Edit Gritty and Glow palette that I just got, I can't go back. It's just, not that I thought the Chocolate Shop was significantly better, but for me it was, because I at least could work with it better, and it kind of the colors showed up on my lids better. This, I just can't, like, I'm gonna return this. For me, like I said, even the right side of the palette, you know, it is worth it, and if you like some of these other shades, then that's great. But for me, I'm just kind of very disappointed in Tarte. Like, this could have really been a beautiful palette if they had just kind of put a little bit more thought into this formula. Now, I don't know if it's because, is this made in China? I think a lot of their, yep, it's made in China. It is cruelty free though. But a lot of their holiday palettes will be made in China, and the formula will be different. So, I mean, I think it shows in this formula. Like the Swamp Cream palette, it had a couple of shades that weren't, you know, like as pigmented and packed that punch like I would have liked. Just like one or two, like I think it's like SFS and Haunting. But everything else was just beautiful. Even if they were a little powdery, even there was some kick up, it's still, they just were so beautiful that I didn't even care. I could work around it. But this, it's just so hit and miss. It literally is like every other one. Like, oh, that one's not bad, but ugh. And so I think I would just resent the hell out of this palette if I kept it, because I'd been like, I can't believe I spent my money on that and half the shades aren't good. You know, it's just, it shouldn't be like that. Like, it's okay to have maybe like one or two in a palette that aren't up to par and you have to really work at it. But to literally have like 50% of the palette be like that, that's just not acceptable. And I don't want to say shame on you, Tarte, but you broke my heart. It's just, you guys, I can't even. It just, and like I said, especially after getting that other, oh, I already put it back on my desk, the Estee Edit palette, which I'll, if you haven't seen it, I'll link the video for it down below. That, to die for. But this, it's just, like I said, I'm resenting it. I'm resenting the hell out of it. Like, I spent my hard-earned money, and I think I saw, I don't know if it was Jen Love's review or, shoot, I think it's Jam Beauty. I think that, for some reason I can't think of what her name is right now. But one of them said, like, you have to think about it. Like, say you make, I don't know, $15 an hour at work. Is this really worth like 3.5 hours or whatever of you working? Is it really worth that? You know, for me, it's not. It really is not. And I wanted to love this so much because I like Tarte as a brand and I like Tarte eyeshadows, but this is just a complete fail. I mean, it's not even the worst. I would say on a scale of 1 1 to 5, this would be like a 3. But you know what? I feel like I'm better than, I deserve better than a 3. I deserve better than meh. You know, and like I said, it's not like they gave it to me, you know, or it's something free. Like, I spent my hard-earned money with this palette, and it's just, no, I'm taking it back. And like I said, I really hate to be that person and to be wasteful, but I'm not keeping it on my vanity just because it's cute. Like I said, this is beautiful packaging. And like I said, for you, if having this side, like, makes it worth it and all this stuff is just bonus, and that's great. But this stuff, I mean, I like the highlighter, but that would be it. You know, like I said, I have plenty of, this spray is making me tired. Plenty of the mascaras, and I like the eyeliner, but the eyeliners, I got plenty of eyeliners, you know. Not a microfine one, I would give you that. But for it's not enough to keep this. It's almost 60 bucks. It was 60 bucks with tax. It's just, okay. I'm just so disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. And I think that's even worse. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead. Let's do these swatches. So I'm gonna go down this row left to right. So I'm gonna start with the lightest shades. Now these are a mixture of like I said, there are matte, shimmery shades, and I want to say there's maybe a satin shade or two, but anyway, let's get to swatching because I just can't keep complaining all night. It's kind of, I don't say it's making my head hurt, but it's kind of literally like draining the energy, and it's just no way, no, it's just not cool. Alright, so the first shade is Glitter Glue. So this is kind of what I'm showing you. You see, this is a very shimmery, you see that shade? And like, it looks like, okay, you know, it's picking up some color. I don't want to dig too much, like I said, I am returning this. And like I said, it was not intentional. I didn't buy this with the intention of returning. I want to say that. I don't want somebody to be like, oh my God, you just bought that just to return it, just to put it on your channel. No, I wanted this. I was so super excited about this. This is just, you've left me with no choice, Tarte. I can't get behind this. Anyway, but yes, that was not my intention to do that. That's not cool. I don't advise that. I really wanted this, and I really wanted to love this, and I really wanted it to work, but unfortunately it didn't. Kind of like a relationship, but that's another story. So, see? So this one's not, this is one of the ones that were okay, but you see it's kind of, not patchy, but it's just not as pigmented. Like I said, once that Estee Edit one, can't go back. So this is the shade Water Lilies. Essentially nothing. You see that? It's essentially nothing. It doesn't even show up. And the next shade is, gotta make sure I don't go over the other one because it was so light. Pearl Earring. That's another, I mean, that's pretty. I mean, for the brow bone, it's pretty, but like, you see that? It just doesn't pack that much color. The next shade is Fresco. And of course, obviously, these are all the light shades. You see what I'm talking about? This is, you guys, I don't feel like you have to be digging super hard into the pan to get any color. I mean, it just really doesn't look like I'm doing anything. Alright, the next shade is Porcelain Dolly. Let me see those here. Again, nothing. And then the next shade is going to be Pastel. Did you see that? Like, I'm not doing this on purpose to kind of justify my dislike of it. Like, let me show you up here on top. Did you see that's like nothing? It's nothing. It's just like the barest hint. Oh shoot, that really hurts. Me twisting. This is my bad hand. You see that? You can kind of barely see it. That's just, it's okay. We're going on. Let's move on to the next row. Okay, so I removed just the 2 shades that were on my arm. So let's go down to the next row. So this row is mostly mattes, transition shades, kind of warm nudes, mauves. shades that I would love if they actually showed up. I feel like a petulant child complaining. I'll go right there for some reason. It's kind of glowy. So this is the shade Nudes, which completely blends into my skin tone, my skin color. You see that? Like, you can kind of see it, but not really. Alright, the next shade is called Van Gogh With It. Now this is actually kind of a pretty transition shade. See, this is one of the ones that actually work in the palette. So really, let's like glitter glue, pearl earring, and Van Gogh with it so far. Guys, the next shade is called Frameworthy. Live swatches, people. So it's not that bad. We're kind of getting a little bit better. Next shade is called Hearts and Crafts. This is kind of hurting my arm. You see that? Like, barely. Barely. Now I gotta pop out my arm. Alright, the next shade is Monochrome. Oh, see, this is a pretty shade right here. Right there. Of course, this is my bad hand. See that? That's really pretty. Alright, and then the last shade on this row is called I Louvre It. Love it, but with Louvre. The Louvre. You see that? That's what I'm telling you. It's like miss, hit. Miss, hit. That's just, it's too many. It should, if anything, it should be hit, miss. Hit, miss. Not the other way around. So this one, you can barely see it, you guys. Let's go on to the next row. Okay, so the next row, this is already making me tired, you guys. Just kind of like, and as I already know, this row is going to make me mad, because like I said, these were the shades that I was most excited about and the ones that let me down. So the first shade in this row is called Bronze Casting. Let me show you. You see that? Like, it looks nice like on the finger, but try getting the color from your finger to anything else. Okay, so you see this? Like, it's not bad, but I really had to like, but I mean, if this was a matte transition shade, I would say, oh, this is not bad. But this is the metallic foil shade. And even when you foil it with like water, setting spray, it's still, you had to just keep putting and putting and putting. And it's just a mess. It's just, I got some kind of notification to shut off the camera. Anyway, if this was like a $10 palette, that would be one thing. But it's just, and see this one, it's not bad, but it's just not great. I mean, these should be like bold and vivid, and it just, no, I wish, I'm going to get my other palette in a second to show you after I finish swatching these, but it's just, no, you guys, look at this. Like, they're not bad, they're just not great. Like, that one's not that bad. First Impressions is not that bad. And Metalwork is better than Bronze Casting, but just, like I said, just barely. Selfie Portrait is the next shade. I'm already kind of about this. The next shade is Hot Mama, but Museum of Modern Art. Look at that. It just, I really have to dig in. Like I said, it's not that it's like the worst palette that ever paletted it. It's just okay. Like I said, like, this row is not as bad. Oh, I'm sorry. The last shade is called Get Surreal, which is all like art themed. So, I mean, that's not bad. But it's just not great. It's not, wow. Okay, so now we're down to the last row, and this looks like it's all mattes. So let me finish wiping down my arm. Sorry. Alright, so the first shade is called Silhouette. And like I said, I mean, I appreciate how cute the palette is, and like I said, how much value there is. You just have to really kind of determine if the value is enough for you. So next shade, oh, this row is really good. Like, if I were to like depot, if I were to keep this, I'd probably like depot all these shades. So the next shade is called Charcoal Sketch. I mean, like, these are very nice, actually. That's a very beautiful brown. I mean, these are really nice shades. Hold on, these are staining my hands a bit. The next shade is called Starry Night, like I said, and I love the art theme. I think this is beautiful. Look at that. I mean, some of these are pretty good. I mean, these are really good. 1-2 Monet is the next shade. I mean, these are really good. I just don't understand why that metallic row couldn't have been this quality. This is starting to stain my hands a little bit. The next shade is called Stained Glass. I'm really trying not to make this too crazy long because this is crazy ridiculous. See, and that's beautiful. And then the last shade is called Still Life. So you see that? You see how more pigmented this row is than that other row? I mean, that's just kind of my thing about the palette. It's not a total flop. It's just, there's just enough misses where it kind of really makes you like side eye the rest of the palette. Like like I said, it shouldn't be like that. It just, I wanted to love this so much, and I just like this is beautiful. Like if everything was kind of like this consistency, I would be okay with it, because I'm not afraid of putting a little extra work into getting the kind of color payoff I want. Like I said, I kind of have to do that for the Too Faced Chocolate Shop palette. But this, I mean, there's just so many shades that just don't even show up on me. There's no color. They're just like, poof, where did they go? So, that just, like I said, I think if I keep this really in my heart of hearts, I'm going to resent it. I'm just going to look at it like with disdain until I like just give it away. And no, I'm not doing that with my hard-earned money. So, I'm going to very quickly just wipe this off. I'm going to get my other palette and just kind of show you a little bit what I'm talking about of the pigmentation and the color payoff that I was really hoping for this palette. So, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to, like I said, it kind of put me in a bad mood, but I had to go walk around, get a little sip of water, just get this out of my system. Okay, so I'm going to compare a couple of shades from this palette to the I want to keep saying Estee Lauder, the Estee Edit Gritty and Glow set, just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. And like I said, you know, for you, if the value's there, you know, go for it. Like, I'm not one to tell you like, no, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You do what you want to. And if you love this, then that's great. I am so happy that you love this. This works for you. It's a great value for you. I just wish it was for me. Like I said, the value for me isn't there. Mostly because of, like I said, the mascara. I just don't care about bronzers, and I like blushes, but I'm not a blush person. So anyway, alright, so look, I'm going to compare Bronze Casting, this one, the one that broke my heart, because that literally was the first shade I tried. So look, I hate that I have to rub it so much. So look, this is Bronze Casting. Okay. Now this is, shoot, what is this shit? It keeps cutting out on one. But anyway, okay, so this is Bronze Casting. And then I'm going to compare it to Soar from the Estee Edit palette. So this is Bronze Casting. This is Swerve. Now, obviously, Swerve is a little bit more golden. Sorry. Even my camera is kind of fed up with this. So this is Bronze Casting, and that's Swerve. So obviously Swerve is more gold and Bronze Casting is more bronze. But you see? Do you see? Alright, so let me compare another one. Let me compare First Impressions, which is this really beautiful metallic blue. This is First Impressions. Look, here's First Impressions. Okay, so it's pretty, right? Let me compare it with Trip in the other palette. I mean, just, and obviously the shades are a little bit different, but I mean, you see that difference? This is, you guys, I mean, this is the kind of level that I was expecting. So the next one I'm gonna kind of compare for you is Selfie Portrait. So this one's from the Tarte one. Tarte palette. And then let me compare it with, what is this one called? Burn. I mean, yeah, like I'm not, I'm just, like I said, I hate that I had to dig so much into the palette just to get a decent color payoff. I mean, for me, the value isn't there. If sort of the add-on items really make it for you, then go ahead and get it. But I mean, if somebody were asking me, and that was new to makeup, would say, hey, Nefertiti, would you get this palette? I would say, you know what? I really wouldn't. Like, you kind of have to really be honest about yourself, what you're looking for, what you need in your, if you're filling in gaps in your collection, and really how much are you going to use it. Are you getting it just because it's the holiday set and, you know, fear of missing out, you want to get it, kind of like I sometimes am, and it's beautiful packaging, then, you know, if you have the money to waste, then go ahead. But I don't want to say go ahead, that sounds so negative. I'm really not trying to be negative. What I'm trying to say is, for me, it's just not there. Like I said, if I want to keep it, I want to love this so much, and it's literally been like more than a month. Like, I'm almost to the time frame where I can't, like, I only got maybe like 2 more weeks before I can return it, which is why I'm like, no crap, I need to hurry up and film this video. I wanted to love it, and like I said, I don't like being a person that, you know, would return it, but for me, the value isn't there. It's a letdown. And like I said, that's almost kind of like worse than it just being out and out bad. Because if it's just like bad, then you can just say, well, I don't like it, it's not good, and, you know, return it, and you don't feel bad. But when you're kind of like, your heart's torn, it's just, you guys, it's just, I would say if you have no makeup whatsoever, and this is your first, but I think even saying that, if this is your first introduction to Tarte, you kind of been like, oh really, this is it? I mean, I would have expected more. I expect more from Tarte. I just can't. I'm at this point, I'm just literally like rambling like a crazy person. For me, it's that pigmentation of the eyeshadow is just such a letdown. I know Tarte is really capable of so much more, and I don't know if it's because, you know, trying to be cheap and moving the stuff to China to save money, which I get that they're conscious of the consumers and trying to, you know, have a really good value. But when you do that to the point where you're kind of releasing kind of a subpar product, and I really hate to say that, don't hate me, Tarte, if you're watching, or Tarte fans, because I'm a Tarte fan, I love Tarte. But if you're to the point where it's just kind of like, I hate it, because I mean, you read the reviews on Sephora, and it's literally like what I said, the reviews are like 3.5 stars. I mean, everybody's saying the same thing, that you either kind of love it, or people are really just, not even hating it, they're just disappointed, and I'm just disappointed. So I think I'm gonna just stop rambling. So I apologize for this video, but I really hope that it really helps if you're kind of on the fence about whether to get this or not, that I just really don't think it's worth the money. But if it is to you, then like I said, that's great, and I'm really happy for you. And, you know, I hope that maybe your particular set came out better than mine, but mine is just womp womp womp, sad face. No, I kind of feel like this whole video is like shruggy, like but if you like this video, you guys, I kind of feel like I'm a little like tipsy, and I'm like telling you like, oh man, this palette, like that's kind of how I feel like right now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button below. I have all my social media listed down below. Thank you again. I am so sorry. This thing is literally, this is why I've been avoiding this review, because I knew it was going to drain me. No, I did say all that. Get it together, Nefertiti. Get it together. This is why we can't have nice things. Thank you so much for watching my channel, you guys. It's not always perfect. I'm not perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and I hope you guys have a really good day. And I hope this didn't like bump you down. So take care, you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.